To the first vlog of the year. Happy New Year to everyone. I hope that you guys had a lovely holiday season and the new year is treating you well so far. So I thought I would just start off this vlog with showing you guys like some of my more like exciting Christmas presents I got since I'll kind of be like using them for work and stuff. So one of them I got was this like webcam. I want to be able to do some like online classes, and to do that I would need a webcam, as well as I thought it would be really cool to maybe try out Twitch streams. I'm just waiting for a mic to arrive, which is one of my Christmas presents, and once that starts I'll be able to do a test Twitch stream. Hopefully by the time this vlog comes out I would have already like set that up. I don't know how regularly I want to do Twitch streams. Maybe it'll kind of be like a random or like a once a week kind of thing. Yeah, I'm not too sure how often. I just thought it would be nice to kind of add, since I only have like a couple YouTube videos a week, like those who might want to see me do maybe like live in real time painting or bullet journal spreads or whatever else I might be working on, and I'll like start a stream for like a couple hours. I thought that would be nice to kind of have that option. So the link to my Twitch channel will be down below, and I'll let you guys know how like the test stream goes and stuff once I get that done, like further on in the vlog. And yeah, the webcam, it's like a kind of a basic one, but I've already tested it out and the quality seems quite good. I just need to kind of figure out the settings so that the lighting's nice, but I guess that's just kind of a learning curve. I've already, like, my sister and I was kind of testing it out and stuff, so I guess I'll just kind of learn it and then like figure out the best ways to set it for like the streams and stuff. So I got that, and when I get the mic I'll show that to you. And then one of the things I got was a Jackson Arts voucher, which was fantastic because that meant I got to get some Schmincke watercolors. Now I did speak about this last year when I got like the swatch card, because I really wanted to start a collection of Schmincke Horadam watercolors, because it would be nice to have professional watercolor paints to do like paintings that I'll sell and stuff, so that they're more light fast, and also just be nice to have nice quality paints. And some like the Winsor Newton paints were on sale, so I just got some tubes of the Cotman watercolors that I was running low on, and I'll just like top up again on tubes. I thought it would be good to have tubes instead of buying pans, because like an 8mm tube, I think half pans hold around 2mm, so hopefully this would do 4 if it's 8mm. Yeah, so I thought that would be better, because then I could have maybe a couple palettes or something. Like I do have a palette, I forgot to take it out to show you, but I'll be setting up my palette anyway and I'll film it so that you guys can see. Yeah, so I've got like the primary colors, and I'll show you that in more detail when I'm setting up my palette. I'm really excited to try them out. I can already see like how good the quality is from the swatches, so it'll be really like fun to paint with them, and then also like maybe kind of like show a comparison between the Cotman. Like the Cotman is a student brand anyway, but like to kind of maybe see how the Cotman and the Schmincke work on cotton watercolor paper would be interesting to see, especially since I know that cotton watercolor paper can just improve the watercolor experience anyway. So I thought that would be cool to like try out at some point during the vlog. And I've also got a bullet journal. I always get a bullet journal. Ever since I've started, I get one like in my stocking. Oh, actually, I'll show you. Where's the previous ones? So this was my first one, and then this was my second one for last year. And now I have this lovely like golden yellow. It's really nice to see all the colors. So yeah, I'm looking forward to like even getting the next one to see what color I get next year. But yeah, so for this one I already made the pen loop what I found was the best way to make a pen loop was to just use like some washi tape. I would stick the washi tape to like just a piece of scrap paper, like just printer paper, and then cover that in like sellotape, clear tape, and then just attach it to the inside of the bullet journal with some like red double-sided tape, because that's a really nice strong tape, and that works really well. I did that for 2020's bullet journal, and that worked perfectly. No, not 2020. I did that for 2021's bullet journal. That's it, because last year was 2021. Yeah, it's January. It's the first week of January, so I'm a bit rusty on the years. By the end of the month, hopefully I'll get the gist of it. So yeah, I did washi tape with this too, and it works really well. It feels a bit thinner though, so maybe, I don't know if I did stick it on paper, but it looks like I did, but it feels a bit thinner. I'm not too sure why that is. But yeah, this one feels even sturdier, so I guess I've done a better job, or it's just because it's been around for a year. But yeah, that held up really well. But 2020's one, I used like fabric tape, and that just became a bit of a mess, which is why now I just use the washi tape sealed in tape. So I'm going to switch camera angles to give you guys a flip through of the bullet journal. Since I haven't put pen to paper just yet, I thought I would wait until I showed you guys on camera and like took photos and stuff. Alright, so here is the bullet journal. I decided to swap out the pen. It's the same pen. I got 2 of these in my stocking last year, and I had this one for last year's bullet journal just because I thought it matched a little bit better, but this with like the kind of mint green, I thought it looks quite nice next to the yellow, so I'll use this for this year. It's a really nice pen. It writes really smoothly, so I'm really happy with that. I actually hope that they do refills for this pen, because when it starts to run out, it would be nice to have a refill. So to open up, you just have like the first kind of branded page, and then the first page I just have Hello 2022. I just like to keep this like simple. I went with fireworks, which I thought would be quite nice since it's the new year. And for like the strong, like the black lines, because all of this and like the 2022 is with the brush markers I've been using since last year. They're not branded or anything, it's just non-branded brush markers. They're double ended. Well, it's a brush marker side and a fine liner side, which is really nice. So I use that, and then I use a black Pentel pen. This is the purple version. I don't use this though, I use the black one, and that's really nice for nice strong black lines. And then I thought I would change things up a little bit from last year. I didn't have a future log, and I did find it kind of irritating always having to check my phone for dates when I was doing up the calendar. So I thought it would be nice to not only have this to refer to when I'm doing my like month spreads, but also I can like highlight days that I have markets and workshops, so I can just like at a quick glance see everything, kind of have maybe notes like at the bottom. And yeah, I thought that would be a nice way to kind of organize things. I just went with one spread. I didn't think I would need that much space, but we'll see. If I end up kind of running out of space in my busier months, then I will just make a double spread next year. So it'd be nice to try this out. And then things don't really change up that much from last year. Goals, I just had it like a horizontal spread. I just put the titles on the side this time to just kind of make it look interesting, change up the colors. I have 3 sections: art, business, and personal. So say the podcast that I published a couple weeks ago, the goals I listed in that would be like in this section, and of course our business, and then personal, that doesn't have anything to do with these other sections. And then I have my savings section. Again, I didn't really change anything in this. It worked out really well. It was really useful to keep track. So yeah, same thing. And it's nice to have this empty space to put post-it notes of things I need to like refer to if needed. And yeah, and I just basically, the ones that like I haven't really changed much, I just changed out the colors. I do actually prefer this gray like background title. I find that's a little bit more pleasing to the eye than last year's. And this is slightly different. Both of these actually are slightly different. I decided to have a content page. So I have video ideas, podcast ideas, and then Twitch ideas. So video and podcast, of course, is for YouTube. So I'll probably use podcast ideas of like who maybe I would like to invite on to like have guest podcasts, and then maybe like extra video ideas or something that I might want to share with you guys that won't be in the vlog, for like an extra video every now and again. And then Twitch ideas. I'm not too sure what I would write in here yet. I kind of have to start up first and kind of like see how it goes. But yeah, I thought I would put a space in there. And I just kind of use colors like red for YouTube, purple for Twitch. And then classes, I just have it in 3 sections of the kind of classes I would like to do this year: workshops, evening classes, and online classes. And then this page actually I find is the quote-unquote most interesting, because it's really simple. It's just literally shop ideas. I have it in different sections. And then I did a Dutch door, so I wouldn't have to redo the title. I saw this in someone's video and I thought that would be quite interesting to have a Dutch door. And so I have some more spaces for if I need to expand on this spread, instead of having to like redo the title and everything. So that was kind of nice. And then I have a paint tracker. Now, I was really bad about using this last year, and it's not because it didn't work, I just was really bad at it. Yeah, so I want to be able to keep track to kind of see how things are. So I have something to refer to if needed, like if I need to have a checkup or something, I can give a proper rundown, I guess, of how things are. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And again, kind of changed up the color scheme of it. I find it's kind of blue and gray. I feel like I should have added like a brighter color so it didn't look so dismal, but oh well, that's for next year. And then I have a period tracker. I actually really like how this one turned out. I like how I really didn't like the color I put on like the top and like down here, so I just kind of like added different like brush strokes and everything, and I thought that looked kind of nice. I was kind of bad of using this page, but I tracked it throughout my bullet journal, so I just need to update last year's bullet journal. But yeah, apart from that, I did kind of use it in a way. And then I just have this blank page for if anything comes up. I don't think I have anything to come up, but you never know. An extra thing I might want to track, who knows. And now for the first month, again I went with like fireworks, but instead of like having it like around the title, I thought I would have it like as the background, and I really like how it looks, just kind of explosive. That was really fun to do. I've changed up my calendar slightly, very slightly. This section is pretty much the same, but I thought I would try out different stamps for my goal section, so I'm using this like flag, so you can kind of see, because before I was using like banners. Yeah, and I really like how that looks. I think it's quite nice to just use different stamps so it's not very samey. And I do like to use my stamps just to kind of make the process a little bit quicker. Yeah, and then weekly spread, again, is pretty much the same. It's just like flags instead of like the banners. Yeah. So, and I'll skip through to the back. And yeah, because I do all my weeks the same, I tend to have a lot of stuff to write down, so I just leave my week spread the same, and this is what's worked out best for me. And then I have an expense tracker. This is always kind of like halfway done when I first do it, because I never know how much space I'll need, because sometimes I just have business expenses, sometimes I have a little bit of personal expenses, so I just kind of leave that and I fill that in at the end of the month. And then I thought I would try something new this year and have like a month in review, like in 3 sections, what I liked, what I didn't like, and how to improve. Yeah, I thought that just maybe might help things. We'll see how I like it. It might be useful. Yeah, just to have a kind of place to jot down instead of it being like in my head or something. So yeah, I thought that would be nice. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I really like the color scheme I picked. I didn't want to just go your basic blue for January. I tend to do that, so I thought I would go for like cool colors but bright. So, and it kind of makes me think of carnival, actually. Not too sure why. Maybe it's just the color combination, but it does kind of make me think of carnival, but that's nice. And yeah, that's it. So the only real like new thing I've added to the like month spreads is a month in review page, changed up the stamp slightly, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm happy with how all the spreads turned out. I am hoping that I use them properly this time. I was just waiting to give you guys a flip through, so I'll be able to fill in everything that I want to fill in at the moment. Kind of mark out dates and stuff in my future log. Yeah, and oh, and one thing I'll probably do in my future log, I do this anyway, I tend to color code what I highlight on my calendar, so I'll use the same color code here, so automatically I know that's a market day, that's a workshop day. Yeah, I thought I would do, yeah, to do that. I don't need a key though, because I'm used to those colors anyway. So yeah, let me know what you think. And do you bullet journal? If so, it'd be really cool to see you guys like spreads. Maybe if you like share your Instagram account or something below, we can like check out each other's bullet journal spreads. Yeah, no, I'm really happy with how these turned out, and I'm really excited to try them out. So I'm not too sure what you're going to see next. Oh, I did forget that after the Christmas, like I wanted to finish up the pouches and stuff, but I just kind of went into a bit of a Christmas coma. Today is the 4th of January, and it's the first day since Christmas I've had something other than fruitcake and sweetbread for lunch. I decided to finally drag myself out of my Christmas coma. So it was a really nice long holiday of just like watching movies and just chilling out. I did like do a couple arty things. Oh, I started a sketchbook spread. I just need to finish it off. I'll show you guys that while I'm chatting. Let's see, where is it? Yeah, so I just started this. I need to finish off the flowers, and I think I'll probably be done. Maybe add a quote or something if needs be. Yeah, it was just kind of a page with stuff on it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, so I need to finish off the pouches. Maybe I can like stream that if the mic comes in time. I really want to finish off like this digital illustration I started to join a clip studio contest. The deadline for that is like the 10th of January, so I want to get that done in a little bit. I have a couple illustrations to finish that I started last year, but I'll get to those. Those aren't pressing. I really want to get the pouches done first. I will have a market on February the 5th at Royal Star Arcade. I don't normally start markets until March. Sorry, my brain's starting to, it's the evening, so I'm starting to slow down. Yeah, I don't tend to officially restart until March, but the Royal Star Arcade stall was free, so I just thought I would do that to try to get some Valentine's sales, since January and February is really slow for me anyway. I thought I'll just give that a go. No loss if it's a free stall. But yeah, I officially restart on March. If you want to see like all my upcoming events, I do have them all listed on my event page on my website, which again is linked down below. And yeah, I also want to work on like setting up my workshops as well, so I want to do that. That's just admin work really. Again, I'll have, hopefully by the end of January, all of like the photos I need to do and everything for that will be done, so I'll have that again listed on my workshop page on my website, which will also be linked down below, which you can check out. And if you want to get like reminded or like kind of get a sneak peek of what's coming up and stuff, you can join my newsletter. When you visit my website, the option will be there to join my newsletter. Yeah, I also do want to do like kind of regular newsletters, at least 1 month, kind of like maybe a beginning of the month, an end of the month, and possibly a mid-month one if needed. So I want to like do that as well, so I probably should set that up for this week or for the 2nd, just so kind of I have everything ready. But yeah, so that's kind of what I want to do. I probably have other stuff to get done, but what I need to do is just write a good list so I can properly plan. But yeah, so that's kind of it for now. I'm not too sure what you're going to see next. Maybe you'll see me setting up my watercolor palette. I really want to do that. I'm really itching to do it. I'm really excited. And yeah, maybe some pouch paintings or something. So yeah, I will chat to you guys in the next clip. So to set up my palette, I first gave the whole palette a wipe down with a wet paper towel, just to make sure that any like dust and stuff was gone, because I did get this a little while back and it was wrapped up in its packaging, but you know, it's just good to make sure everything's clean. And like also to make sure to remove any grease from the palette section as well. So I gave everything a good wipe down, and then I proceeded to put the paints in. What I try to do is to kind of squeeze the paints into the corners so that there wasn't too much air pockets, and then just kind of fill it up to the top. I did it a little bit over and then went in with a wire to just kind of push everything to the corners and spread it out evenly. And I knew that once it dries, like of course all the water would evaporate, so I put a little bit extra so it kind of like looked a bit over the top of the half pan, so that when it dries there's not too much difference, I guess. The level isn't too low. And yeah, so once I filled all the palettes, not all the palettes, all the half pans, I proceeded to make my swatch card. I just used some like cheap watercolors, I think like 180 GSM or something, and I measured out like the half pan sizes and just kind of drew them out, kind of eyeballed them. Well, I measured it out but not perfectly, and yeah, I drew all of those in, and then I swatched all the colors. As you can see, they're all lovely and bright. The colors I used are lemon yellow, cadmium yellow medium, yellow ochre, permanent red orange, permanent carmine, ultramarine finest, and phthalo blue. So most of these are like the same colors I have. One thing I did change was the permanent red orange. I couldn't get the pale cadmium red that I have in the Cotman set, so yeah. And what I think I might do is move my Cotman set in there so I have everything in one palette, but we'll see. So I thought I would give you guys a little update. So first, I think like the day after or around there, like a couple days after I started the vlog and first spoke to you guys, my period started. I know, TMI. And I had just really terrible low blood pressure headaches, so I wasn't really able to get anything done. But by the end of the week I was feeling a little bit better, so I sorted out my application to Outschool. That was one of my business goals, because I know in the podcast where I talked about my art goals, I didn't really go into my business goals. I wanted to share that kind of when they were happening. So I got all that done, i.e. the background. So I'll explain the background in a second, but basically I'm just literally waiting for like a few checks and stuff to go through, and then hopefully I can start teaching soon on Outschool, which is really exciting. I'm really looking forward to that. And yeah, so that was like one of my goals, to start teaching online and via Outschool. So the background, they wanted to, since it's like a online class thing, they want to have a nice kind of background. So on this side I just have like a whiteboard with some like artwork and stuff, just to be nice. Oh, and like I hung up a curtain rod thing to be able to hang up this sheet here, so that you don't see like the shelves, because that'll be kind of like a messy background and they want quite a nice background. Then I have the whiteboard with all this like artwork and stuff up. What I've done, I picked the artwork that I'm not too fussed about, so I don't mind it being out, but what I do put the whiteboard back on the door, because I don't want the artwork to get bleached, because the sun will shine on it. And I'm pretty sure this stuff is in light fast, because that's like pretty cheap watercolors there, and Sharpies, I don't know if that's light fast, but anyways, yeah, so that's this side. What I do need to do now though is buy another pack of magnets, because I've used up all my magnets to have this like set up, and I don't want to have to keep on undoing it, so I might just buy another set from Wilko's. And then I made these 2 color wheels for this other side. What I did was I just took a piece of A3 paper, punched it, and put a piece of yarn like through it so I can hang it. And then I can attach these color wheels. I didn't want to have the color wheels like stuck onto the A3 paper, because I figured in some of my classes I would need to show the kids a closer look at the color wheels. So what I do is I have a cool color wheel, which is this one, and then a warm color wheel, so that I would be able to show the difference with cool colors and warm colors, etc. If I ever do like color theory classes, which I would like to do at some point. And I did film me doing these, so you probably would have seen that before, because I haven't really vlogged much, because a lot of the stuff I've been doing is just computer stuff. It's very boring, it's nothing interesting. So yeah, I did that, and I really like how they turned out. Actually, it's really nice. I've wanted to make a color wheel for quite a while, so it's just useful to have it now. And yeah, oh, and I did these with acrylics. So that is one of the things I did. And then what else? Oh yes, and then I also have done all my prep for my workshops. Well, kinda. I have a couple things to finish, but I'm just waiting for the person who I do the workshops like for, like the venue host, to put it up on their website, and I can sort some other stuff out. But I took all the photos, which I'll show you like on screen. I'll put that up, and I kind of like did up the leaflets. I just have to then add like the link and the QR code and stuff, which once it's up on Much Ado's site I'll be able to do that, so I'm just waiting for that to happen. And yeah, so I'll put them up, so on the photos will have the dates and times, and hopefully by the time this vlog is out the links will be ready, so I'll have that in the description below. But if not, you can still like either follow me on my socials or sign up for my newsletter on my website. So I'll have that link down below, because I have an event page and a workshop page that I'll update regularly. And one of my goals for this year as well for my business was to send out a monthly newsletter, at least one a month. So I'll do that, so you can sign up through the website links. So the first one would be a mixed media art workshop on like a burlap canvas, and then next would be a 2-day course, wet felting and embroidery. So I'll show you how to do a wet felted background, and then we'll embellish it with embroidery. And then the next one will be making paper from scratch, and then turning that into a journal. And then the next one will be liner block carving and printing, so like you're making a stamp with liner block and like the carving tools. And then the last one will be jelly printing and making Christmas cards with those jelly prints. which I did. I had to make some cards because like I needed some examples to put in the photos and as well for the class in the future. I completely forgot to turn on the camera though. I was really upset with myself because I wasn't sure how they were going to turn out, but they actually turned out kind of cute. So I thought I would show you. So here's one. And here's another. I really like how they turned out. So these are like perfect for examples for when I'm doing the class. But one of them I kind of stuck on wrong, so I'm gonna need to fix that because I have the cards opening the wrong way. Everyone else turned out fine except for, oh yeah, it's this one I think. Yeah. So I'll just have to like cut this off the back and then just stick it onto maybe a slightly bigger card or something. But yeah, so I made these for the photos, which you would have seen already. And I really like how they turned out. So this is useful because I have examples for classes, and then I have a few cards for when Christmas season comes back around for markets. So that was fine. And yeah, so I wanted to get all my workshop stuff out of the way. I didn't want to have to do it like really close to when the workshop's supposed to happen, and then they'll hopefully give like enough time for people to book tickets. So yeah, you can book your tickets through there. And then another thing I did, which was like another computer thing, because the reason I've been doing so much computer stuff, let me see, today is the 18th, last Thursday, so like the 13th, I slipped on our frosty deck and hurt myself, so I couldn't really do much. So I just decided to just get as much computer work out of the way as possible, because I figured when I was feeling better enough to get back into the studio, I just wanted to do practical stuff, because after a while computer stuff can get kind of boring. So I made a couple leaflets that I thought would be useful for markets. So I have one that would have like all my workshops that's coming up, and then a link and a QR code to the workshop page on my website, so you can click through to book whatever tickets you want for whatever workshops, as well as an event leaflet, so you can see like what markets I'm at, and again with a link and a QR code to be able to find out more information. So, and then I can kind of update those as like workshops pass or like a new markets coming up and stuff like that. So I'll put photos up of that as well. And what I think I'll do is I'll make that double-sided, so that information, there's not like too much paper being used, so they don't have like a bunch of paper to take away with them if someone like makes a purchase, or would like to take a leaflet for information. So I thought that would be nice. I might then also have singular workshop leaflets for like just a few, because since I have that, I may not, but I don't know, it might be good to still have some of those as well at hand, but I think it'll be useful to just have one where it's just covering everything. And yeah, so that's what I did. Oh, and another thing, because I was quite unwell at the beginning of January, I wasn't able to do the digital illustration I wanted to do for the contest. But when I get a bit of time, because I have a few things I want to get done before the end of January, yeah, before, like once I have some spare time, I'll get that done, because I did really like the concept I had come up for that, and I would really like to like see it done. So I think I will still do that. And I should probably get some practice in with digital as well. I do want to get a bit better at that. So yeah, thought I'd just update you. I'm not too sure what I have filmed. I know I definitely have the color wheel. Oh, another thing that's quite exciting, I have received my webcam, which I think I already told you about, as well as my new microphone. Actually, I can show you that. Yeah, so I received my new mic. This was like one of my Christmas presents. It comes with a stand and everything. This is like the top of the stand, so it like slips through, and then it'll attach to the stand, so it has a little tripod so I can put it on the desk. So now I can start doing Twitch streams. I've wanted to do that for a while, but like I didn't have a webcam or a really good mic, and I just wanted to be able to make sure that those things would have worked. to do it. So I'm really looking forward to that. I think I'll be doing my first stream tomorrow. And I'm not too sure how often I'll do streams. It all depends. I'll have to like figure that out as yeah, I'll have to figure that out. The first few streams I think will just be me figuring out what I like to do on streams, what people like to watch me do on streams, before I have like come up with a schedule, especially like if I'll be starting on Outschool soon. I kind of want to work around that, but anyway, things can always be updated and like moved around. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. It'll be cool to do one every couple weeks or something, just to have like a new way of making content, because I don't have time with like all the stuff I know I'll be doing. I don't have time to still like do a bunch of videos, which is a shame, but I think it'd be nice to maybe have some live streams so you get some different kind of video content from me. So I'll have my Twitch channel linked down below so you can follow me on there, and I'll like post on social media when I'm going live and stuff. And yeah, so I think that's it. I want to work on my pouches. I have a couple illustrations I want to finish. I want to definitely do an illustration this month. I'll probably finish my Komodo illustration that I've been meaning to for ages. I'm still waiting for my palette to dry, so I don't think I can experiment with the paints yet. It's really cold in my studio. I think I might take it inside so it'll dry a bit faster, because I can see that it is drying. Like some I might have to add some more paint so it comes up level again, but yeah, I want to make sure it's properly dry before I use it. And yeah, I do believe that's it. So as you can see, I've started on one of my sketchbook spreads, and the background that you see me drawing on is just like the leftover paints I was filling my palette with. Because once I use the wire to get all the paints in the corners, I just kind of wiped it off with a paintbrush so I wouldn't waste it, because I knew I wanted to swatch the colors on my swatch card. So I did that and then just used the excess paint on my sketchbook so it wouldn't waste. So yeah, I'm just using a pen fine liner. It's the brush pen version to just sketch like a tropical scene. I thought it kind of looked like a sunset, so I thought I would go for like a kind of sunset look with a reflection because of the blue at the bottom. I just put it down in rainbow order, so yeah, it worked out really well. And for drawing the reflection, it was really tricky, especially since I was drawing it upside down, but I wanted it to kind of look wonky because like it's reflecting in the water, and if the water's kind of moving, the reflection wouldn't be perfect. So I wanted it to look like that, which is why I drew it upside down, and I thought it looked really good. So yeah, I think I'll definitely turn this into something at some point, maybe a big illustration. And then I just added some highlights with a Uniball Signal white gel pen. And you can see that there's another sketch on the side. I did that when I was testing out my Twitch before I did my first stream. And these two doodles are just from like paint I had on my palette, so I thought I would just fill the bottom of the page since I wasn't really sure what else to do. I did go over this with a brush pen, but the camera must have died or something because I have no footage of that, but I will be showing the finished sketchbook spread in a bit. And yeah, this is a mixed media sketchbook, so it's not perfect for watercolors, but I would say it holds up pretty well, considering that it is mixed media paper. So yeah, I really like how that spread turned out. And then on to the next one. This one I did on my first Twitch stream, and I didn't like the like two illustrations you can see like on the side. I do like the orange, and the glass is quite nice, and I really like the like trio of oranges on the other side. But I didn't like the others because I kind of had a vision in my head of what I wanted, but I wasn't able to put it on paper first try. So I thought instead of making this go onto like another spread, I would just cover these up with book paper. And what I did, I just kind of tore it down and then stuck it on with a yoo-hoo stick. Yoo-hoo glue stick, I think you call it, or Oohoo glue stick. Not sure. Yeah, that's a pretty strong glue stick, so I thought that would hold up pretty well. And then I went over with a bit of watered down gesso just to kind of prime it, because I knew I was going to go over with paints, and book paper's not made for painting on, so I thought I would just prime it, help it out a little bit, especially since I did want to sketch beforehand. I didn't want to damage the book paper. This is pretty old book paper. I think it's not like vintage or like antique, but it's pretty old, so I just wanted to protect it a little bit. And yeah, so once the gesso dried, I did my sketch and then just went in with watercolor. It's just a really loose illustration, just to get an idea, because this was inspired by Small Town Spells mood board, which I really liked. It had like oranges and it was all like this really lovely summery vibe. So I thought it would be cute to have this little girl picking oranges in an orchard. I did a couple with her in dresses, one in a blue and yellow dress. You can see that I kind of experimented with where I should put the colors. You can see all the colors swatched on the side. That was in the mood board as well. And then I did a very tiny thumbnail of her like in dungarees. I thought maybe that might match better because it's an orchard, but it all depends. When I get to turning this into an illustration, I'll pick. And yeah, I think I really like her in the blue dress with the yellow background, like a really light yellow background. I like her in the yellow dress too, but I do definitely like the blue on yellow a lot. And to add details, I use the Unipin brush pen, should I say. And then I also went in with a Derwent graphic line maker in the color sepia on a couple of the illustrations, just to kind of get a feel. I think I prefer the brown line art. I do tend to prefer like a colored line art anyway when it comes to my finished illustrations, but since this is like a sketchbook, and it's quite loose, I just kind of use whatever. And yeah, and the watercolors I'm using are the Winsor Newton Cotman watercolors. And sorry about that, the phone rang. Yeah, so I completely lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, I preferred colored line art. I find it's like a really nice softer look. So unless I'm going for a more graphic look, I tend to go with colored line art anyway, and just line with like watercolors. Yeah. Oh, and the paintbrushes I'm using are by Hobbycraft. I think I've done a review on them. If I have, I will link that. They're really nice, like basic watercolor brushes, and they work really well, and they've lasted me a couple years now. So yeah, they're really good. And yeah, I think that's it for these sketchbook spreads. I really like using like mood boards and stuff because it's a really good way of coming up with illustration ideas, a bit like how I use color palettes a lot in 2020 to come up with illustrations. So I'm really liking doing that, because now I have, when I want to do an illustration, especially since I do want to do one every month, and I'm not too sure what I want to do, I can just flip through my sketchbook and gather inspiration from there, and then just finalize my sketches, really. Yeah, so I look forward to doing that. And I'm really enjoying getting back into my sketchbook. I forgot how fun it is to be my sketchbook. I barely touched it last year. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I think I did end up, because I didn't do a sketchbook spread a week, but I think by the time all the sketchbook spreads I did in a short space of time ended up being like 4 or something. So yeah, I did do some others which I didn't film because I was just in the living room watching some TV and stuff, so I'll show you guys that later. So yeah, let me know what you think, and like, do you work in your sketchbook a lot? How do you find inspiration to do so? Because I'm really liking using the mood boards, and I think I might do some color palettes and maybe prompts or something throughout the year to kind of mix things up. So yeah, I will leave you with some music, and I will talk to you guys in a sec. So I just wanted to pop back in real quick while I'm just topping up my half pans here to say that I forgot to say that I changed two colors actually. The permanent red orange I chose because I couldn't find any red cadmium wait cadmium red pale hue, which I have in my Cotmans. I couldn't find that, so I picked permanent orange because that kind of looked like the same color ish. And then the alizarin crimson isn't actually light fast, which is a shame because I love alizarin crimson. So I picked permanent carmine because that seemed to be a pretty close match. So we'll see once I'm able to get like experimenting with this. They are dry now, so I should be able to do some experimenting. Yeah, but everything else I got, I was able to get pretty much the same color as I do in my Cotmans. And I think I will move my Cotman half pans in because I like how much palette space I have in this. So especially if I'm going to markets and stuff, I'll be able to use my Cotman because I don't really want to use my professional stuff in my sketchbook. I want to save that for illustration so I know my illustrations are light fast, because in a sketchbook it doesn't really matter. It's a sketchbook, it's always going to be closed. So yeah, I thought I would just pop in and say that. Yeah, so I am looking forward to trying out my new professional watercolors, and I will definitely be doing a kind of comparison between the Cotman and the Schmincke on a cotton paper, because the Cotman are student quality, but I just want to see how it compares on a really good quality paper. So yeah, you can look forward to that in the future. Alright, so we've reached the end of the vlog. So I just wanted to show you a couple of the spreads that I've done. I know some are in the vlog and you've already seen, but I just wanted to make sure and show all just so nothing's missed. So I'm pretty sure you guys saw this one. Let's see if some of it is like pencil and watercolor. I believe I filmed this one, so I'll like say how I made it, but it's basically watercolor and some like brush markers and stuff. I really like this. This is my favorite, and I think I'll probably make that into something at some point. And then I did, none of these are like in order, because my plan for this sketchbook is like one side if I've used like watercolor, then the other side I'll use like pencil or something. So this one, I know I didn't film, I just did this one evening. Hopefully it'll focus. So some of these are like Pinterest pictures that I found, and like I want to practice like trees, so I first started off with like a house. That was just kind of like just from my head. Then I did this from a Pinterest photo, and then I did the other trees. I got bored of houses, so I did the other trees, and this is all with graphite. And graphite tends to smudge like when a sketchbook's moving around, so what I do is when I finish like a spread, I'll just put a sheet of paper towel just so it doesn't like smudge or anything, and then when I'm finished with the sketchbook I can take the paper towels out and use them for something else. This spread was, some of it was created on my first Twitch stream. I then went off, I didn't like the two sketches that were underneath this, so I stuck some book paper on like after the stream and kind of like redid it. So I like the spread a little bit better. And I really like these like set of oranges, and basically these like like scenes I want to make into illustration at some point. So yeah, and I think again I did film some of this, I believe. Oh, and the orange, like this was inspired by Small Town Spells mood board, and then this spread was also inspired by a mood board by Small Town Spells and the Art of Kimmy. Again, this is graphite, so it's taking a while to focus. And I just did a like kind of color pencil because like there's kind of like a color swatch. Because again, I just kind of practice like warmed up. At the top of the page tends to be a warm up. And then this snow globe here, I would want to make into an illustration at some point as well. yeah, this will probably be like one that I do in the winter or something because it's quite snowy. And yeah, so that's it for now. I really enjoy getting back into the sketchbook. This is like an unfinished one from like just when I refilled the like topped up the half pans in my new watercolor set. So I like to swatch it out so I don't like waste the paint. That didn't end up in the pan. So yeah, really enjoying getting back to the sketchbook, and it's been nice to kind of practice with like graphite sketches because I haven't really sketched with graphite in a while. I really do enjoy like sketching with like watercolor and stuff, but the graphite ones were all done inside like while watching TV and stuff. So yeah, and then I have a bit of a haul. I went to the town to run some errands, and I need to make some gift tags soon, well next month. And so I just went through and just got a bunch of chipboard pieces. So I'll show you the Christmas ones first because Hobbycraft had a bit of a like sale on their Christmas chipboard pieces, so I thought I would get some for when Christmas comes around. They were like 50p I think per pack, and normally it's like £1 or more. So it's always useful, like if you know you'll be making Christmas stuff later on, go in like January and you'll get a bunch of like sales. And then I picked up some wooden pieces that's like, these say that they're leaves but they look more like feathers, so this will be nice on a set of tags. This is like a few flower designs, some butterfly and hearts. And then I thought these were, to be honest, these were just me getting a bit carried away. Like some tiny hearts and like tiny circles. I thought these would be nice in maybe like junk journals that I make or anything else really. These can like go nice on tags as well. They're quite small, so they'll kind of be like an add-on. But yeah, I honestly don't know what I'll use them for, but I really like them. So, and oh, I just picked up some more magnets because I needed some. All my magnets are now used to make my Outschool background setup, so I don't want to undo it and redo it every time I'll have a class. And then I have these like lino block like circles because I will be doing a lino block workshop. Oh, talking about workshops, all of them are linked down below and you can book tickets now, so all of that's linked down below, and I knew I talked about that earlier. So I want to make some examples, as well as I do want to make some stamps anyway, so I thought these were quite nice, and they have a sticky back which I thought would be useful. I can put it on like some wood or like the acetate blocks and stuff. And then I got these trays to make something for one of my upcoming workshops as well. And yeah, so that's it really. I'm really excited about the chipboard pieces. I was waiting for some nice ones to come out since everything was Christmassy, of course, last year around December. And yeah, so I just past week I was just like finishing off like doing admin stuff, you know, planning classes for Outschool and stuff. So yeah, like I have a little bit of market prep coming up, which you'll see in the next vlog, just a little bit, because this one is pretty low-key. I just like, those are some leaflets that I printed out for the workshops, and yeah, so just kind of stuff like that, because I already have some stock. I'll be making the majority of my new stock next month in like March and stuff. So that's it for the vlog. I think that's it. Oh, Twitch channel is linked down below. I will try to do a stream once a week. I'm not too sure what day yet, maybe Wednesdays, I'm not too sure. I'll have to kind of figure that out. But yeah, everything I've mentioned throughout the vlog is linked down below. If you have any questions about anything, feel free to let me know. And yeah, I think that's it. So I hope you all had a lovely January. I know this vlog is late, so apologies. Last week, like the last week of January was all over the place. I was out a lot, so apologies for that. And soon I will have a podcast coming out with Christy Grant, a she's an illustrator and creates really gorgeous like lino, like carved stamps, like what I showed you here, but like on a bigger scale, and prints them, and they're really gorgeous. So I'll have a guest podcast of her coming up in a couple of weeks, so I'm really excited about that. And yeah, so thank you for watching. If you would like to see any upcoming podcasts or vlogs, please do subscribe, click that bell so you get notified whenever I upload a new video. And oh, I did send out my first newsletter of the year. I will link it down below if you want to read through, and you can join my newsletter as well, and I'll send updates, like a few throughout the month, anything new that's coming up. So yeah, thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in a couple of weeks for a podcast, and in about a month for a new studio vlog. Bye.